we cleaned, and then we cleaned, and then we cleaned. We meaning me and the mouse in my pocket. You hear my cat in the back yowling. Anyways, braces. Man, it's like the gift that just keeps on giving. All right, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim we're going to start trimming braces so that they will fit down into this groove lengthwise, and then we're going to scallop them. That's another term I heard. Tapered. I read in a was it a book? I think it was a book today that you know, books, pages, you flip them, you remember those things. Not many people do. But that book was talking about scalloping the ends of the braces. So that's what we're going to do. It sounds like just loads of fun. But again, it is something that has to be done. So yeah. All right, let's do it. So I'm trying to figure out what the easiest way is to do this here. Because what I don't want to do is short myself. Is that enough where I can connect the lines? Yep. You can't just square them off unless you're making like a Bo Diddley guitar or a cigar box guitar, of which this is neither or neither, depending on your usage to language. So you gotta take that into account. Now these are going to be a little tougher to do because, as you can see here, I have a nice little notch for these to fall into. I don't have a nice little notch for them to fall into up here. So we'll have to get the, let's get the body out. This is where symmetry comes in nicely, or almost symmetry. Looky there, that one's already there. And that one's already there. Well, there you go, spit in your bucket. How's that? Do a little minor shaving on those and those will be okay. Alright, let's start drawing lines and making cuts. Just really tough, isn't it? These cuts, I'm just getting close. Because I'll end up making a hand sand anyways. I'm just trying to get bulk and material removed done easily. Lucky for me, or just the way that anybody does. So it goes. That's almost zero. We're just almost zero that. Okie doke. Here I've got my 3 braces, and they're cut to length pretty close. That's a guesstimate as to where I'm going to end up. And you know, I've seen people do these things with like chisels and band saws and stuff like that. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to use a nice sharp utility knife blade and draw it to me. I have carved more than my share of Pinewood Derby cars and demonstrations for toting chits and the like that I'm pretty sure I could probably do that easier than any other way. I'm sure there are much more authentic ways of doing that. But that's not the way it's happening here today. It's just going to be me and going with what I know. So, all right. Well, now just kind of test fitting. Isn't that lovely? That is a little tight because these are going to be glued onto the back of the soundboard, and when I lay the soundboard down, I got to be able to lay that straight. Straight up and down. So So this is what it is. It's just trim and sand and trim and fit and sand and trim and fit and fit and sand. Crazy, crazy stuff, ain't it? Alright, well, here we are. Pieces are trimmed. The horizontal braces here are fit into place. The vertical ones, I've marked the lines off because these actually go over these pieces like that. So now I'm going to try to do a better job than this, where they just kind of square notched them out. I'm going to try to be a little more elegant. I'm going to try to be. We'll see where that goes. So anyways, that's where we're at. And tomorrow's a new day. So hopefully we'll have notches, or at least we'll start working on notches tomorrow. Alright, the plan of the moment is I just happen to have this nifty cool bit like this, which is shaped kind of similarly, just totally wreck a word, to these braces. So what I'm going to do is instead of trying to make just big ugly square holes like in the original brace, I thought we might try to make somewhat shapely holes. So I've got my nifty little table router homemade rig set up. I don't know how this is going to work or not. And with it, I will be able to hopefully just go right through here, and then we'll have a nice starting spot. It'll be a little bit easier because I need easy. So we'll don some hearing protection, of course, wear your ear defenders, and we'll make some noise and see if this works. Alright, so here we are with minimal fuss and disturbance to the neighbors. Starting points to get these up over here. So we'll be doing lots of this. More fun. Right. Lots of fitting, lots of sanding, lots of cramping in the old man hands. But this is where we're at. I've taken the piece of granite down, or taken the pad off the granite and put the soundboard on it, because my soundboard is cupped a little bit. The humidity's changing. We're up to 46%. Yesterday we were at 23. The day before we were at 10. So I'm starting to go this way a little bit. So what I've done is, in order to help fit these, got the soundboard on the granite. I have my horizontal braces down, and then I have them weighted down with a straight edge and just this roll of metal tape, because that gives me enough weight so that the soundboard lies flat, the braces lie flat, and now I can really get a better picture of where these should be. Let's do this. Because this is where I'm currently at. This hole that this brace goes through, I don't want these two to touch. That's the way it. That's the way the old brace system was, and that's the way the new brace system is going to be. One of the questions that I've gotten is, why don't I just make a more modern, sturdy brace pattern? Because I'm not redesigning this. I'm attempting to learn how to repair this. You know, when I repair it, parts go back in the same place. Now, I can shape those parts differently. I can make them function in a similar fashion, but maybe a little bit different way, which is what I'm doing here. The old brace, again, was like this. And I want to do something better than that. And I think I've gotten there. So you can see, even though it looks like there's a little bit of daylight there, I still am going to go through and refine these so that when everything is pressed down, weighted down to where it should be. See this one here, I'm okay, because I still got some, but I'm going to double check, make sure all my clearances are okay, so that I get the support of the braces that I need, I get the clearance that I need, so I don't get any weird kind of vibration, because that's my understanding is what will happen, is if unless they're just solid tight, then they could rattle. On most modern guitars, you have an X brace like this. Sorry, I guess I could go like this. Let's try this. You have an X brace like this, and then they'll cross right in the middle, and that middle is the only point where the braces contact each other, and it's a very tight fit. And on many there is a wooden cap or a fabric type of a cap on there to keep that from vibrating. Well, I guess I was done recording on this camera. Not quite sure why. Anyways, so that's where we're at. We're just going to do some final maybe clearancing, and then we're in a holding pattern for the braces and the sound top. Because of my little emergency purchase for some tools related to a, laugh when I say this, related to a nut job. I got a budget, I'm trying to work within it, so we'll put the rosette wood order, we'll back that off a month until the next billing cycle, because that's what you got to do. Life is full of choices, and the decisions that come about as a result of those choices. So that's what we'll do there. I might get the neck out today, because I haven't done any work on the neck in a long time. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll look at squaring that cut up and making a graft. I've got a heel graft, and yeah, we'll talk about that later. So there we are. Check back.